Okay, so in this video we're going to have a look at how we create a basic button object and place that on the screen in Tkinter. To kind of get started, we've already included the things from the first video that I recorded on setting a basic screen up in Tkinter. And what I'm going to go ahead and do is just place an area on the screen where we're going to kind of reserve all aspects of what we're going to include in our Tkinter program kind of going forwards, and everything between these hash lines are going to be where I'm going to place my actual code for my actual program in Tkinter itself. So at the minute, all my program does is when I run it, it just creates a simple window with nothing actually going on. What I'm now going to do is place a button which is going to kind of enact and actually do something. So to start off with, I'm going to write a very simple procedure called do something. Do something is simply going to print hello world to the screen, and I'm now going to get a button to carry out do something. Okay, so first of all, what we need to do is declare that we're going to have a button on the screen, and we're going to call my first button button1. We're going to make it equal to the button class within the Tkinter module. What we then do is we say where we're going to place it on the screen. So we say which screen we're going to place it on. In this case, it's going to be placed on the window screen because that's what we've made, the object called window. We're going to give it a text value of click me. We're going to pass the command to it of do something. And that is all we really need to kind of get the button up and running in terms of the way we declare it. What we now need to do is actually place the button on the screen. So we use the .grid method just as a kind of starting point. So we're going to do button.grid, and then we need to give it the values of where it's going to be placed on the screen. So I'm going to place it in column 0 and row 0. Now the way the basics of this work is, in your first few Tkinter programs, it's worth kind of just using the grid system until you get a bit more familiar with like layouts in Tkinter, and this allows you to kind of very much place it in like a simple square grid method. So if you're designing something like a calculator, you can kind of place the buttons in the particular areas of the screen that you want. So if we run this now, this now appears with click me. And when I press click me, you can see down in the bottom left corner of the screen, I've got the hello world as appearing every time that I click on it, and it's now actually carrying out some sort of function. Now let's say I wanted to change the value of hello world, and I wanted to be something that was passed in by the button itself. So let's say I wanted to have multiple buttons that could run the parameter do something, the procedure do something rather. What I can then have in here is this, I could change this command value to pass in a parameter, and the parameter in this case is going to be bonjour. Okay, now you can't simply just pass this parameter in and then expect it to work. You need to tell it that it's going to receive, the procedure is going to receive a parameter, and I'm going to give it the value of greeting, and then I'm going to place greeting inside here. Now there's only one other thing you need to do, and it's a little quirk of Tkinter, in that we are going to try and pass a variable to, or going to pass a parameter to this procedure. What we then need to do in here is this command needs to be changed to have the word lambda in front of it, followed by a colon. Now lambda allows you to essentially pass a parameter into a procedure that you want to use, and without it you would find that the program just wouldn't function properly. So if we run this now, and then when we press click me, you can see that it's saying bonjour down in the bottom left corner of the screen. So if I wanted to create a second button, it would just be very much a case of, I could just copy all of this now, I could paste this below, and I could just rename it to button 2, and then instead of bonjour, I could say just hello again. And then column 0, let's say I'm going to move that around. This time I'm going to place it in column 1 of row 0. When I run this now, it's going to appear next to click me here. So I've got hello and I've got bonjour, and I can alternate between the two of them.